You know, viewer, when I decide to put my channel together solely from retro reviews and the occasional current game look, like with what I did with MGS5, of which I still have the bruises from, it was not without thought. As a gamer, I like to look at it as an artistic storytelling medium instead of the glorified wallet conveyor belt it's grown into, and to judge art, you need to look at where it came from. To do what AAA publishers are not doing and learn from the past mistakes, which is why it's fun to give games like Hotel Mario another drop off the cliff, and why it's also fun when a game like Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars and holder of longest Mario title ever comes along. Back in the days of the mid-90s, and Nintendo was reveling in the success of the SNES by releasing garbage like the Mario early childhood games and Software Toolworks' entire lineup, there was someone within the company who had found the perfect time to finally kick their nurtured idea out of the nest and suggested that Mario should be given an RPG spin-off. And in 1996 made it suspiciously the perfect time to do so, because the Mario series had released nearly 10 games, and it had forged a large roster of iconic characters that could easily grow a more expansive plot and new game ideas if it was handed off to the right developer. And in a move that would surprise any of those familiar with what Nintendo is now, they actually managed to find the right third-party developer to tackle the job. Square. With the powerhouse Final Fantasy developer completely on board with Nintendo's finally realized dream of the RPG Mario game, it was a match that almost seemed destined to work out amazingly. Which is a shame that this game had not stood out alongside series mainstays Super Mario Bros. 3 and Super Mario World. Hell, even the years past Paper Mario, of which Intelligent Systems nicked a lot of Super Mario RPG's ideas, gets more of the spotlight. So how the hell can a Square-built spin-off not have resonated in the series? For starters, the game can only look odd in screenshots, and not in the Super Mario 64 nostalgia-fueled, cute, and unique way. This game came out on the SNES, and while Square was a developer who could pull off amazing set pieces with technological limitations, the years have not aged it well, as the characters are blocky, a lot of the animation is cut down, and the isometric concept is uncanny to say the least. And that's in a game whose starting point is a giant sword falling out of the sky. Another reason is that what Square added to the Mario series might have been too surprising to series veterans, since this is the first game where Bowser allies with Mario, and the actual villain is a closet commander who manufactures new enemies into the Mario roster straight from the Final Fantasy Handbook of Monster Design. And even in this 5th gen of gaming, still managed to look intimidating and full of life and personality. Additionally, the Mario roster gets added with 2 new characters, Mallow and Geno, who have the complex characters to be full-fledged members of the Mario canon had they caught on, since they have creative designs, backstories, and attacks that could have even sustained a different character spin-off if they'd really caught on with fans. But unfortunately, we'll have to settle for the Mallow missing parents and unknown prince story standing alongside the magical puppet sent to save the world. It's a damn shame that Super Mario RPG doesn't get the recognition it deserves, since Square put their all into producing this game. Unlike Mario is Missing and the early childhood games where developers use the Mario license to try and distract from how boring their game actually is, Square used the Mario license to enhance the game instead, because there's no doubt in my mind that this game could have still been awesome if Mario wasn't in it, because the writing and the characters are spot on to create a strong plot and have a constant sense of humor throughout the journey, using great dialogue and pseudo cutscenes that pump a sense of drama and laughs into every meeting, and it's able to cooperate with the legendarily well-designed turn-based combat of Final Fantasy that, while being a touch simplistic with each character having 5 weapons, armor sets, and item types available in the game, it's still able to be that strategy-based, thought-provoking experience when Square throws the shit at the fan and waits around for Mario to pick it up. While Square, for some unknown reason, decide with Nintendo to change all the names of the enemies away from their canon-established names along with their usual designs, they still brought out a laundry list of new enemies that were equally as iconic and again could have been easily integrated to the normal roster if this caught on, especially the boss monsters, who are all based on types of weapons, and the top villain's name is Smithy for obvious reasons. All of this threaded through a new plot idea that would soon become formulaic in the Mario universe that basically boils down to Mario collecting 7 of something and then throwing them all at one boss to save the world. This time it's the titular star pieces who combine to create and fix what's called the Star Road, where the wishes of the world get granted by off-screen star children or something, and immediately the Paper Mario red flags pop in again. But never mind. This journey plays out exactly as it should have done, with the characters going through the chapters, meeting new people, and solving the area-specific problem to get the magical plot device. But in the late game, where Square started to staple 2 half-adventures together to make one chapter, is where it begins taking a hit to the quality sack. Especially in the final chapter fighting Smithy, because he's the one who has the final star piece instead of Mario getting all the plot devices, and then fighting Smithy after that. And that feels like our relationship is moving too fast. Maybe we can move the furniture and then have sex instead of doing both at the same time. I'm just saying. But these are all nitpicks that cannot take down the amazing fun and satisfying journey to be had in the series-defining Super Mario RPG. A 20-hour game filled with interesting characters, challenging bosses, and comedic quests to go on, and this being a SNES game, there's quite a lack of optional content. But the main quest will keep you busy for 4 times the fun than other games from the same console. I'd suggest it to anyone who's a fan of video games since it's on the Virtual Console, and at the time of writing, it costs $8, which is fair, and I would suggest playing it that way since the emulated version has some game-breaking bugs. Hopefully whatever comes next in the Mario spin-off days will be able to employ some of this goodwill. So we'll just have to see when we come to that bridge. But for now, I can leave you guys with a final score. And a happy fun time victory for gamers. See you next time.